This story was sent to me by Alana Trotman, and this right here, I've talked about a lot of stories involving incest on my channel, but this one right here is wild. Like, I had to literally look and really examine what I'm about to present to you in order to make sure that I had the story correct before I got on here and just started rambling all over the place and I got something even wrong. So hopefully I still have it right. So in this picture, you see three people. I know it has four. You see two people in the bigger picture and then two people on the side. But actually, those are just three people. The one on the left, the dad right there, who is the dad. And then the dad is, I think that's his mugshot. And then above that is someone else. So in this picture, you see some people. The guy, his name is Travis Fieldgrove. And next to him is his daughter, Samantha Kirshner. I believe that's her name. And on the two pictures right there, I think that's somebody else, because I think that's the sister that's above him. Like I told you, it's a very wild story already. I'm trying to already pinpoint who is who. I wish they would label these correctly, but we'll figure it out as if we go along. But basically, what you have here is another incest story from hell, but it takes a little bit of a twist. I'm going to read to you what the title says. A father, age 40, who is this guy right here, pleads no contest after being in prison for having sex with and marrying his daughter, who's 21, who I believe is the one right there in the picture next to him, following a quote-unquote competition with her half-sister, who is the one right there in the top mugshot, over who could sleep with him first. That's the title. They actually had a competition over who could sleep with the dad first. And of course, he allows it. Now, you know this sounds like some backwoods, back alley stuff. And based on where I'm looking at where they're from, I can see why. It's out of Nebraska. It says, a man already sentenced to prison for having sex with his adult daughter has taken a plea deal on the same charge in a different Nebraska county. Travis Fieldgrove, age 40, pleaded no contest on Wednesday to attempted incest for having sex with his 21-year-old daughter, Samantha Kirshner, and then later marrying her. Prosecutors have reduced the charge from incest in return for Fieldgrove's plea. He is scheduled to be sentenced on January 14th. Fieldgrove made a similar deal in a neighboring Hall County where he lived and was sentenced in May to 2 years in prison. His daughter was sentenced to 9 months of probation after she pleaded no contest to misdemeanor false reporting. She had also originally been charged with incest. Police said the father and daughter both admitted to having a romantic relationship and sexual one, even though they knew they were biologically related. Kirshner says she competed for her dad's affection with her half-sister. Fieldgrove married his daughter in Adams County in October last year, a month after police began to investigate their relationship. Okay, so I actually had it right the first time. So this woman right here, this Samantha Kirshner woman, she is the one that's right there in the top mugshot. She's the one that we're talking about here, but she looks different than the one right here in this picture. So I'm going to assume that possibly that could be the half sister. That I'm guessing. Like I said, it's a very confusing story because they don't label these pictures the right way. It says they met for the first time 3 years ago when Kirshner, then age 17, told her mother she wanted to know who her father was. What a way to meet. The first thing they do that happens when after they meet after, being away from each other, for the first time for 3 years, and the first thing y'all want to do is have sex. Kirshner and Fieldgrove met and maintained a father-daughter relationship for 3 years. They told police they had sex for the first time in September of last year. The pair would not reveal how their father-daughter relationship turned sexual. According to charging documents, Kirshner told police that she had a jealous competition with her half-sister about who could have sex with their father first. Now, isn't that... Listen to that. That's what they compete. That's their competition. That's their idea of a competition. Who could sleep with their dad first? If that ain't some backwoods hillbilly hick deluxe type shit. Kirshner's mother notified police about their relationship in September. A paternity test that Fieldgrove and Kirshner agreed to have in January found that there was a 99.999% probability that he was the father. And that's the end of the article. That is some wild stuff right there. Okay. I mean, I told you it was going to be a bit confusing because I was trying to figure out who was who. Now looking at it again, I'm starting to think that maybe those two are the same people. The woman in the mugshot and the woman in the picture, they have to be. I know that the two, right, the two men are definitely both the dad. But I think that those two are the same as well. I think she just has makeup on in this one. I'm not sure. It's confusing. And I think it is because I'm looking at another picture, and the picture with the half sister in it, her picture is blurred out. So I don't know why they would blur out her picture in the article and then not have her picture blurred out here. So I think those two women are the same. But is anybody surprised? But like I said, that's their idea of a competition. Who can sleep with the person who came from the sack first? Who could jump in bed the fastest with their own biological dad? Like, that was their version of a competition. And like I said, I wish I could be surprised, but I can't. Like, all you can do is just shake your head at the nonsense. Y'all let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you in the next one.